Okay, if you have a business idea or an invention or any kind of bright idea like that, man, this is worth $1 million. Well, I think your biggest obstacles are three things. Google, that's right, searching. Google experts who think they know what's best for you when you're doing this. And salesmen. Man, if you go now and Google, say you're an inventor, okay, you have a bright idea, and you hear these ads, inventions wanted, and everybody has this dream of go in the garage and make $1 gazillion. So what do you do with your bright idea? Okay, you go to Google, right? And what happens there? You get over 200 million websites, And if you break it down from inventions to like, help on my inventions, because you don't know, what am I going to do with my invention? And you only narrow it down to 100 million websites. But tell you the truth, in those first 50 pages are people selling you something. So you're prime for people who are going to figure out how to meet your needs to get your money. And Google, that's what you'll find. You'll never find that people are going to help you for free or help you legitimately. And so that's the problem in our society. I just finished an article, and this is a prelude. I'm going to show you an interview soon of a guy help you for $10. Everything you need. It's amazing. But until then, let me show you the problem. Here's an article from the New York Times recently about inventors. Now, it talks about these invention companies, because they get an average of about $5,000 to $10,000 from you. Maybe they'll start small. Like say, it only costs you $800, and we'll take your idea and find you licenses and make you $1 million and all that kind of stuff. Besides, there's government offices that'll do that for free, and they're called business development centers. This is another platform I'm going to tell you about, only $10, and get you involved in everything, very easily. But before then, let me warn you more about the people out there. Another thing about all these people that help you with inventions, man, they have more problems at the Federal Trade Commission for people who are ripping off, would-be inventors, because you don't know, and even the smart people don't know. Because here's a story in this New York Times article. This lady, that she owned what do you call it? She owned help me, what is it? A title insurance company. Okay, title insurance. So she had a big time. She owned this company 25 years. So she's no, potato off the farm. Wondering what the big city is about. This lady's been around. Okay, she got hooked. She had an idea to repair glasses. A little screw thing, instant repair. Okay, so she got hooked up with an invention company. 10 grand she paid them. Nothing became of it. They promised her all these kinds of things, and they make you sign stuff, so you have no recourse. You're screwed. They do this all the time. Then she found another company. They only, said, well, we'll do it for a couple $1,000s. They did nothing, but still wanted more money from her, so she got out of that one. Now, listen to this, what happened to her. She took matters into her own hand and hired a patent agent recommended by a friend. Wound up paying $250,000. So not only $10,000 to one person, about $3,000-$4,000, whatever it was, before she got out of that deal. Now $250,000, and this is for a little screw she's trying to figure out, to get her patent in 51 countries. 51 countries, so she's covered in 51 countries. She doesn't have a nickel to her name yet. The repair kit is only like $388. And then she entered a contest at Walmart. Okay, Walmart. And that brought her all kinds of dough. I mean, a couple $1 million, because she won that. But, she just talks about in this article how nobody need to do all that, and you don't need that kind of help. And there are options and stuff like that, but we don't know our options. That's the problem with Google, with the problem with experts, because they're all selling you stuff. Salesmen know how to sell you something. They spend their whole career trying to figure out what they could say to get your money, because you're vulnerable and don't know anything different. Like these invention companies, one of the biggest ones, they admit, over a 2-year period, they had 4,600 people subscribe to their service. Okay, you know how many people made more money than they gave them? 22. So out of 4,600 people who gave them $5,000, $10,000 a piece in 2 years, 22 people got more money than they gave to them. Wow. And there's so many ways to scare you, about, people are going to steal your idea and you need a patent and all this kind of stuff for $5,000, $10,000 or whatever. You don't. I mean, there's ways to protect you, for only like $65. It's only for a year, but that's good enough. Man, okay, listen to this. Yeah, so if only, 0.5% of ideas make any money at all, what are you screwing around with all this stuff? Find out if this thing is worth any money first. Don't be investing money unless you have money to burn and it doesn't matter or whatever. You could find out so much more and getting closer to whether there's anything in this before you do a patent. So you don't have to do that at all. and the number of patents sitting there doing nothing is crazy, because you get sucked in by some lawyer, some, hotshot experts saying you're afraid somebody's going to steal your idea, and man, you probably have more chance getting hit by a car and dying tomorrow. But this is our idea, our baby. So if you're really worried, you go protect it. But everybody has $1 million idea. It's doing something. So how are you going to do something about it? That's the important thing. And that's why this interview with this fellow, he's working on a platform. It's up now, and he's crowdfunding on it. Known the guy for a few years, the most honest guy, I think, in this patent game. Because anybody, God, the Federal Trade Commission is so hammered with people getting ripped off by this. So you go to this platform he's talking about, or your Small Business Development Center, SBDCs. If you go to Big Data Lesco and look for a map page to show you about to get the free help that you don't have to pay. Don't pay for anything until you get all the free advice. The people who are not in business to get money from you. You don't want to ask them anything because they're trained to get money from you. And my man here, Conley, he's a sweet guy, and he really is trying to help inventors. And he's going to have a platform that gets everybody together. Like maybe you'll need a lawyer later, so they'll be on this platform, and it costs nothing for $10, to get started and learn all this stuff. Show you how to protect your idea for $65, not $5,000, $10,000, whatever. Show you how to get it manufactured in China because they'll be on this platform. Show you how to get experts, whether you need artists to design something or technical skills or whatever. They have experts. See, that's what's neat about the internet. You could have platforms like this where everybody comes together just on one idea. So watch this interview, learn it, and please don't give anybody money until you get advice from somebody who has nothing to sell you. Well, Conley Giles and the School of Invention.com. But more importantly, Conley, I've known you out for years now, and I call you the most honest man in the invention business. Man, it's like me, you're involved with a bunch of hucksters in an industry that's giving us a bad name, aren't they? And you're the only guy, Con, you just really help inventors, from the heart, like I've never seen before. I mean, I see these invention companies, I see these ads, and everybody ripping people off for tens of thousands of dollars, and they don't know that Conley's around, and now you're sharing it, all your knowledge, the easiest way in the world for $10, right?
Well, I appreciate that, Matthew, and we are in the process of establishing our beta community to do our launch of the platform. And unlike the invention submission companies that everybody's kind of familiar with, where you pay for marketing, research, and then a lot of costs associated with it, we're a platform where people will be able to connect with other collaborators, other like-minded people. We're building a database of patent attorneys, but we also have a lean invention methodology to where this is all do-it-yourself versus anybody doing it for you. You're driving the train. You are selecting the types of people that you want to work with. We provide the platform for everybody to get connected, share their ideas, exchange services with one another, and get their idea out there. Start making it happen.
It provides two things. One thing is that now, I mean, you can't Google. You Google now, like Invention, I need help with Invention. You really get 200 million websites. So if you're not at all knowledgeable about the process, you're screwed, man, because on the first 40 pages are people selling you stuff, right? And you're going to get bored and call one of these people, and they know how to sweet talk you that you'll be out of $5,000 before you know it. And 99.9% of these people lose their money. I mean, the data. Well, I was just telling you before we went on the air in the New York Times. Big invention companies. That's how many people make money out of this thing.
Yeah, the process is really broken. Even people just getting out there and doing it on their own, according to the patent office, 95% of the issued patents never make it into the marketplace. So we got such a high rate of ideas that people will spend an average of $10,000 to $15,000 on a patent, and they'll spend all their time and energy doing that and not on developing their product and seeing if there's a market for it.
So you know how, man, when I met you 2 years ago, that's what your expertise is. Hey, you can help somebody with their idea, not spend $10,000 on a patent, and find out by the end of just a couple of weeks whether this is marketable or not, for maybe $65 or whatever, for the whole thing.
This is without a doubt the most exciting time to be an inventor or an innovator, and that's what I've done all of my adult life. And so now with the tools,
you're not an adult yet, you know that.
with social media, then the ability to connect with people around the world and doing all of these things for pennies, or $9 a month, $5 a month, whether it's any of the services out there with software as a service, now being able to have access to these technologies for dollars a month versus spending $5,000 on software.
That's to me where the whole world is going. Platforms like this, whether it's Uber getting together. We have billion-dollar companies that just have a website, and that's it. It's making things together. So we could go on your platform as an inventor and find manufacturers, find partners to work with. We don't have to go out and on Elance or something and interview 100 people. These are people that are interested already because they're on your platform, right?
Right. We are populating that platform as we speak. So with our Kickstarter campaign, we're looking to acquire beta users, continue to build our manufacturing database and database of collaborators, whether they're graphic designers, content writers, app developers, engineers, you name it, patent attorneys. We're building that platform in that community, and we're reaching out to the creative community. We talked a minute ago about Quirky having gone bankrupt, and Quirky was a great concept. They were crowdsourcing ideas, but they were a product development company. So they had limited ability to really generate a lot of different products. They had close to 2 million subscribers, but the ideas that they put out, they were very limited by their own R&D team. With the School of Invention platform, each inventor can create their own little virtual R&D team and move forward with their idea at their own pace.
Well, I think it's so right for the economy now, with the new economy. First of all, big corporations don't know the answer to anything anymore. They're just guessing, and it's no fun to work for them anymore either, because nobody works for a client or a customer. They're just working for some boss who's leaning on them. So that's not a happy life. So by small people getting together their ideas, and going to your platform, being able to do that for next to nothing, finding the market too for themselves, so they don't have to hire marketing people and all this kind of stuff. That's what we're afraid to do, because it's all right there when you show them how to crowdfunding, right? To get their idea to market. Lawyers, you got them right there. You'll show them how you don't need a lawyer for your idea yet. You can protect it with that.
We always encourage people to certainly speak with an attorney and work with attorneys. But a lot of times we don't have the resources to pay for even writing our own or having a provisional patent. Yeah. And you could write your own provisional patent. The fee is $65.
Right.
And then your idea is patent pending for a year while you go out and see if you have a marketable idea.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, why pay 5-10 grand or something to somebody, and and you don't even know if you're going to get money yet.
Well, and certainly, before you make any decisions on your patent, go sit down with a patent attorney and or come on our platform. And as we're building our database of patent attorneys, they all welcome inventors, because those are the people that once they, if they subscribe to the lean invention method, they also encourage you to then come back to them when you've determined that you have a marketable product.
I would think a lot of people have an idea. Oh, I want to protect it. I'll go to a patent attorney, spend $5,000, and then start developing the idea. What you're showing people in the lean invention, you get your idea, and show you how to do it for $65, protect it for a year, and you're okay till you see that there's a market, and then it's worth going to an attorney and all this kind of stuff, right?
Well, it's always without a doubt a good idea to consult an attorney, and we encourage people to do that. To be safe. But also to go in with the knowledge that you can do some of these things yourself, so that you're able to make your own decisions on whether or not you should spend the money with a patent attorney right then and there, or hey, you know what? I've got $5,000 to pursue this idea. I think I'll write my own provisional patent, and I can have it reviewed on a provisional patent software site where they'll review it for you for a fee, but spend the rest of that money on actually developing your idea and seeing if there's a market for it before you spend $10,000 on a patent.
Stuff, it doesn't matter, right? And that's why, to me, the only important thing in business is a customer. The rest is detail. Who cares about it? You can figure out all the rest. There's a lot of people take your money for that. But if you don't have a customer, you're not in business. And so now on Kickstarter, this is a way to get on your platform in the beginning, right? And you get, like, for $10, you get $100 worth of service, and you also be able to really help you develop it. So I'm in the inside. I'm a beta tester for you too, besides using your expertise and everything to get through it. So if you have a patent idea or thinking about an invention or whatever, for $10, I got a lot of stuff from you already.
Yeah, the platform has actually been in development for about 2 years. And we've gone through our alpha testing to where, we've done all the debugging. Now we want to bring in a beta community to help us really streamline any little, directional things that we need to address in navigating the site, and then identifying any features that we might not have thought of that really need to be on the site. And then we'll be going live to the public. And so at that time, any of our beta testers that have come through the Kickstarter campaign are going to have a full 1 year access to the site at no charge.
Well, it's just important, I think, that you're there doing this, Conley, and you're providing a platform. So many people. I mean, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, has so many complaints against patent invention companies. And that's why I see you're the crusader against all this stuff we have in America. And
I've been doing a lot my own inventions for 25, 30 years, and it is such an exciting time, because I tell people what used to cost me $50,000 and 6 months to do, I can now do in a few weeks and a few $100s. It's amazing.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so we go to School of Invention, SchoolofInvention.com. Well, thank you so much. Take care. Talk to you again soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Matthew.